more and more of our children are growing up under conditions where their brain architecture is threatened by the experiences they are having or the experiences that they are not getting.
The first 4 years of a child's life are crucial to her later development. It's during those years that the brain has its largest period of growth in the areas of hearing, vision, language, and communication. However, many children are not getting the basic care required to support this phase of their development.
Especially in these times, parents get busy. It's easy to plop a child in front of a television set. Parents need to be very aware that engagement is one of the most important things that they can do for their child.
What's missing for many young children is something called serve and return.
Would you like the smell too?
Serve and return describes the fundamental adult-child interactions which help a baby reach her full potential. Serve and return is something as basic as playing peekaboo, or adults talking to an infant as they go about their daily routine.
Babies are actually learning words. They're forming language. The part of their brain that is able to produce language is working long before the first word is heard.
It's simple things like getting on the floor and playing with kids, looking into their eyes when you're speaking to them, reading to them, singing to them. What that interaction does is it provides a solid framework for kids.
Serve and return doesn't always mean verbal interaction between an adult and child, especially in infancy. It could occur during feeding or bathing. As long as the adult is responsive, the child's brain is getting the stimulation it needs to develop.
So the brain will formulate an idea. I'm going to smile. And smiles, and someone responds to that smile, and the very process of organizing that smile now gets confirmed with a positive feedback. And that confirms those neurons. It says, oh, you sent a good signal. This is a pathway we're going to keep.
Research shows that a child surrounded by caring and responsive adults will start elementary school with better social skills, better emotional regulation, and a better ability to focus than a child lacking in positive adult attention. While it may not be readily apparent, children in infancy are developing the parts of the brain that are crucial to their later social and academic lives.
1, 2.
Moreover, science shows that it's easier and more effective to strengthen these pathways while still developing rather than to try and rebuild them later.
So the question is, if you want your child to be a good reader, when do you start putting effort into that? Well, you start at birth with serve and return and communication, because really reading, writing, it's all communication. It's about communicating information.
A lack of serve and return is one of the causes of the education gap seen in society today.
The most common form of maltreatment is that babies are neglected and young children experience neglect of their basic needs. The absence of stimulation, the lack of sufficient serve and return, means that I can't confirm much, and more than should gets pared away.
Without healthy brain architecture, children are at risk of falling behind and never catching up. Asking elementary schools to fix problems that are rooted in infancy sets schools up to fail and is not the best way to use resources. It's imperative that communities come together to provide at-risk families with the educational and financial support that can make a difference in the lives of infants and preschoolers. Strong communities create strong brain architecture.
I often talk to parents about building scaffolding for their children as they develop. And when we build scaffolding, it's not just the family that's building it, but it's the entire neighborhood and the community.
There are a lot of people in children's lives who help develop that healthy brain architecture by being a part of that serve and return, where the child's brain is being able to think about important and wonderful things.